As we grow older, life presents new challenges and opportunities. Aging brings wisdom, but it also requires careful navigation. It's crucial to avoid certain mistakes that could rob you of joy, freedom, and contentment in your later years. From my experience and what I've learned from others, the common thread among conversations in major online forums is that the mistakes people regret most often aren't related to wealth or status, but to how they live their lives. Whether you're approaching retirement, already retired, or somewhere in between, these are the mistakes you should avoid making in old age to ensure you live your golden years with purpose, peace, and a sense of fulfillment. 1. Neglecting your health. Let's start with something so simple, yet so often ignored. If you're not taking care of your health now, you may pay for it later. From countless stories shared by people online, this is the number one regret. I mean, you don't have to wait until it's too late to start eating better, moving more, and taking care of both your mental and physical health. One story that stuck with me was from a man in his 70s who admitted that he had neglected his health for decades. He shared that his sedentary lifestyle had caught up with him in the form of chronic pain and limited mobility. The regret in his words was palpable, not just for the physical suffering, but for the lost opportunities. He could no longer enjoy hiking or traveling like his friends. The realization hit him hard. Taking care of your health is about giving yourself freedom. Now, you don't have to become a gym fanatic. Start small, take daily walks, try yoga, or stretch in the mornings. Stay on top of your medical appointments and take preventive measures seriously. Your body is your home for the rest of your life. Keep it strong. 2. Letting go of friendships. As you age, it can be easy to let friendships fade away. People move, get busy, or life simply changes. However, one thing I've consistently heard across forums is how isolation and loneliness become heavy burdens in old age. Friends provide a sense of belonging, and they remind us that we're not going through life alone. I read a touching comment from a woman in an online video who lamented that after she retired, she lost contact with her closest friends. She said she focused on family and errands, but over time she realized her emotional world had shrunk. When she tried to reconnect with friends, it was difficult because they had already drifted apart. Now she advises others to actively nurture their friendships long before retirement sets in. So, don't assume friendships will always be there. Make the effort to call, text, or meet up with your friends regularly. Join clubs, volunteer, or engage in hobbies where you can meet new people. Loneliness in old age can be debilitating, but strong friendships will be your lifeline. 3. Being too proud to ask for help. There's something about aging that makes people want to cling to their independence. It's understandable. You've spent your whole life doing things for yourself. But one thing I've learned is that being too proud to ask for help can isolate you even further, both emotionally and physically. A poignant story I came across in a forum was from an older man who shared his experience of struggling with pride. He had difficulty accepting that he needed help with daily tasks after a fall, and it led to him pushing people away, including his own children. Eventually, he realized that asking for help wasn't a sign of weakness, but of wisdom. Once he embraced it, his relationships improved, and he felt lighter and more supported. There's strength in vulnerability. Whether it's asking for help with your health, your emotions, or even simple daily tasks, know that the people around you care and want to be there for you. Don't push them away. Accepting help doesn't diminish your independence. It enhances your quality of life. 4. Holding on to grudges and regrets. Grudges are heavy, and carrying them into your old age can weigh you down in ways you may not fully realize. Over time, I've noticed that people often reflect on their past with a mixture of pride and regret. And I can tell you that regret is one of the hardest things to live with. There was a touching video I saw where a woman in her 80s spoke about how she held on to a grudge against her sister for nearly 30 years. They had a falling out over a small family matter, and neither of them was willing to back down. In the end, her sister passed away, and the woman never got the chance to make amends. She said it haunted her for years and made her realize that time is precious, and holding on to grudges is never worth the pain it causes. Let go of past hurts. Forgive others, not because they always deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Move past your regrets by learning from them, but don't let them dictate your future. Life is too short to dwell on what could have been. Focus on what still can be. 5. Living in fear of change. Change is inevitable, but so many people resist it, especially in old age. The world around us is constantly evolving. Technology, society, and even our own bodies. One of the biggest mistakes people make is becoming stuck in their ways, resisting new experiences, and refusing to adapt. For instance, I remember reading about an older gentleman who refused to learn how to use a smartphone. He relied on landlines and snail mail. Over time, he found it harder to stay in touch with his children and grandchildren. He eventually realized that by resisting change, he was cutting himself off from the people he loved. Once he embraced technology, he felt more connected and even began learning new skills online. You need to stay open to new experiences and ideas, whether it's learning how to use new technology, trying out a new hobby, or even changing your routine. Embracing change will keep your mind sharp and your heart open. Life is about growth, no matter your age. 6. Not planning for the future. Retirement can feel like a distant concept when you're younger, but trust me, it creeps up quickly. Failing to plan financially, emotionally, or practically for your later years can lead to unnecessary stress. A retired couple I read about shared their financial struggles online. They had assumed their retirement savings would be enough, but they didn't account for rising medical costs and unexpected expenses. They ended up having to downsize their home and alter their lifestyle. They were honest about how they wished they had prepared more thoroughly when they were younger. Don't leave your future to chance. Start planning now, whether it's saving more, budgeting smarter, or thinking about how you want to spend your time in retirement. The more you prepare, the more freedom you'll have to enjoy your later years without worry. 7. Losing your sense of purpose. One of the biggest mistakes people make in old age is feeling like their life no longer has meaning. Retirement, an empty nest, or even the loss of a spouse can leave you questioning your purpose. But purpose is not something you lose with age, it's something you can redefine. In an online forum dedicated to aging gracefully, an elderly woman shared how she struggled with depression after retiring. She felt like she had lost her identity, which had always been tied to her career. But she eventually found a new purpose in volunteering, mentoring younger people, and pursuing hobbies she had long neglected. Her advice was simple. You always have something to offer the world. You need to find what gives your life meaning, no matter your age. It could be spending time with family, volunteering, learning new skills, or even teaching others. As long as you have something to wake up for, your days will be filled with purpose. 8. Not prioritizing mental health. Many people assume that mental health issues only affect the young or middle-aged. But as we age, maintaining a healthy mind becomes just as important, if not more so. Neglecting your mental health in old age can lead to depression, anxiety, or cognitive decline, and many older adults underestimate the impact of these conditions. I remember a conversation on Reddit where an elderly woman shared that after her husband passed away, she felt emotionally numb but didn't seek help, thinking it was just part of aging. Over time, her depression deepened, and it wasn't until her daughter insisted she see a therapist that she realized she didn't have to feel that way. Her message to others was clear. Taking care of your mental health is not an indulgence. It's essential. If you feel overwhelmed, anxious, or isolated, reach out for help. It's okay to talk to a therapist, join a support group, or even just open up to a trusted friend. Stay mentally active by learning new things, solving puzzles, reading, or engaging in stimulating conversations. A healthy mind will carry you through the challenges of aging. 9. Not downsizing or simplifying. When necessary, hanging on to too many possessions or living in a space that's too large can be a burden in your later years. Clutter, excess belongings, or maintaining a big house can drain your energy and resources. Many older adults regret not downsizing sooner, whether it's moving to a smaller home or simply decluttering their living space. I recall a story from an older couple who spent years maintaining a large home even after their children had moved out. They thought they would need the space for visits and family gatherings, but as time passed, they realized the house was more work than they could handle. When they finally decided to downsize, they found it freeing. Not only did they feel lighter, but they had more time and money to focus on the things they loved, like travel and hobbies. Consider simplifying your life. Start by decluttering or downsizing to a home that's easier to manage. Less stuff means more mental and physical freedom, and you'll also be doing your family a favour by reducing the burden of managing your possessions later. 10. Avoiding conversations about end-of-life planning. It's a difficult topic, but avoiding discussions about end-of-life planning is one of the biggest mistakes people make. Many people are uncomfortable thinking about their mortality, but having a plan in place is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself and your loved ones. This includes having a will, discussing funeral arrangements, and making decisions about healthcare in case you become unable to express your wishes. One particularly powerful story I read in an online forum was from a woman who lost her father suddenly. He had never discussed his wishes with the family, and the uncertainty and disagreements among the siblings about his care and funeral arrangements caused significant stress. She shared how much easier it would have been if her father had talked openly about his preferences before he passed away. The experience taught her to have these conversations with her own children, so there would be no confusion or burden when the time came. Don't wait until it's too late to have these conversations. Sit down with your family and discuss your wishes regarding your healthcare, estate, and funeral plans. Make sure your legal documents are in order, your will, power of attorney, and advance directives. These discussions may feel uncomfortable at first, but they will provide clarity and peace for you and your loved ones in the long run. Embracing aging with purpose. Aging gracefully isn't just about avoiding these mistakes, it's about embracing the opportunities that come with each new stage of life. With good health, strong relationships, and wise planning, your later years can be some of the most fulfilling. Remember, it's not just about avoiding regrets, it's about actively creating a life that brings you joy, peace, and contentment. You deserve to live a life that's free from burdens and full of purpose. Whether it's through nurturing your health, staying connected with others, simplifying your life, or making tough decisions for the future, each step you take today will shape the quality of your tomorrow. Feel free to share your own thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Remember to like and subscribe if you found the video helpful. Thank you for watching.